Welcome to Election Night in America 2024 and our coverage of the 2024 presidential election between Governor Gavin Newsom of California and Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida. Both governors re-elected in 2022 will now be fighting for the 270 electoral votes needed to become the 47th president of the United States. It is now 7 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we have our very first poll closings of the night, with polls closing in the states of Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, Virginia, and Vermont. In the state of Georgia, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. 16 electoral votes in the state of Georgia will go to the Florida governor. This is a major win for the Republican Party, as of course Donald Trump lost the state of Georgia in the 2020 presidential election. And looking at the map here, Ron DeSantis with a majority of the votes, defeating Gavin Newsom in his neighboring state. 16 electoral votes from the state of Georgia will go to Ron DeSantis. And in the state of Indiana, 11 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. He will also win in the state of Kentucky. 8 electoral votes will be awarded to the governor of Florida. And finally, in the state of South Carolina, 9 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis, the projected winner. Meanwhile, in the state of Virginia, 13 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom is the projected winner. He will hold on to the state for the Democratic Party, winning 52% of the vote, and it's 13 electoral votes from the state of Virginia. And finally, here in the state of Vermont, 3 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom, the projected winner. And after our first poll closings of the night, Gavin Newsom trails Ron DeSantis with just 16 electoral votes to the Florida governor's 44 electoral votes. It is now 7:30 here on the East Coast, and we have our second poll closings of the night, with polls closing in the crucial states of North Carolina and Ohio, as well as the state of West Virginia. In the state of North Carolina, 16 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. This is another big win for the Republicans, as Ron DeSantis will hold on to the state of North Carolina another time for the Republican Party, winning a majority of the votes, and North Carolina's 16 electoral votes. In the state of Ohio, another big win for the GOP, 17 electoral votes awarded to Ron DeSantis. This will be the third time in a row that the GOP has won the state of Ohio in presidential elections since Donald Trump flipped it in 2016. 17 electoral votes from the state of Ohio will go to the governor of Florida, who wins almost 53% of the vote, almost matching that of Donald Trump in the previous 2 presidential elections. And finally, here in the state of West Virginia, 4 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. And after our second poll closings of the night, Ron DeSantis expands his lead, now with 81 electoral votes to 16 for the California governor. We now hit 8 o'clock here on the East Coast, and it is time for the largest poll closing of the night, with polls closing in the states of Alabama, Connecticut, Delaware, the District of Columbia, Florida, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Tennessee. In the state of Alabama, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. 9 electoral votes will be awarded to the governor of Florida from the state of Alabama. Meanwhile, in the state of Connecticut, 7 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom, the projected winner. The governor of California will easily win the state of Connecticut. Gavin Newsom is also the projected winner in Joe Biden's home state of Delaware, winning its 3 electoral votes. A very easy win here for the governor of California as well. In the District of Columbia, 3 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom, the projected winner. A very obvious win here for the Democratic Party, which has carried the District of Columbia in every single presidential election. The state of Florida, 30 electoral votes. This was a close race. However, Ron DeSantis will come out on top in his home state. 30 electoral votes from Ron DeSantis' home state, winning 52% of the vote. The Florida governor will win his home state here in the 2024 presidential election against Gavin Newsom, and a huge prize of 30 electoral votes from the Sunshine State. In the state of Illinois, 19 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom, the projected winner, a big boost to his campaign. 19 electoral votes from the state of Illinois for Gavin Newsom. In the state of Maine, Gavin Newsom will win 3 out of Maine's 4 electoral votes. This is the at-large vote as well as the 1st congressional district. The electoral votes from those 2 races will go to Gavin Newsom. Looking at the map here with the at-large vote, Gavin Newsom wins 51% of the vote and of course 3 out of Maine's 4 split electoral votes. Meanwhile, in the 2nd congressional district, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner, which means he will win 1 out of Maine's 4 split electoral votes. In the state of Maryland, 10 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom is the projected winner. The California governor will win in the state of Maryland and carry its 10 electoral votes. The state of Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes. This year is the home state of Elizabeth Warren, who posed a serious challenge to Gavin Newsom in the Democratic primary. However, Gavin Newsom did come out on top in that primary and will now carry the state of Massachusetts with its 11 electoral votes. In the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes will go to the Florida governor. Ron DeSantis will carry the state of Mississippi and win its 6 electoral votes. He is also the projected winner in the state of Missouri. 10 electoral votes, no longer a competitive state. Ron DeSantis will easily carry the state of Missouri. In the state of New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes for Gavin Newsom. This state may not have that many electoral votes, but it is still a very important race. Gavin Newsom will defeat Ron DeSantis here in the state of New Hampshire by around 3.5 percentage points, winning its 4 electoral votes. This is good news for Gavin Newsom. This was a state that Joe Biden won in the previous election, and this is a state that Gavin Newsom had to have won tonight if he wanted to win the presidency of the United States. In the state of New Jersey, 14 electoral votes will go to Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, the projected winner in the state of New Jersey. And in the state of Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes will be awarded to the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis will easily win every single county in the state of Oklahoma. In the key race of Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes. This is a major projection that we have to make. Ron DeSantis is the projected winner in the state of Pennsylvania. This was Joe Biden's birth state. Ron DeSantis will win Pennsylvania and it's 19 electoral votes. This means that Ron DeSantis is now on track to winning the 2024 presidential election against Gavin Newsom. Although a very slight margin in this state, that 0.2% margin though will still give Ron DeSantis enough of the vote for him to carry the state of Pennsylvania and its crucial 19 electoral votes. In the state of Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom is the projected winner. And finally, in the state of Tennessee, 11 electoral votes will be awarded to Ron DeSantis. The governor of Florida will win the state of Tennessee and carry its 11 electoral votes. And after our 8 p.m. poll closings, the largest of the night, Ron DeSantis now leads by 80 electoral votes with 174 electoral votes to Gavin Newsom's 94 electoral votes. As the Florida governor is approaching 200, Gavin Newsom is still under 100 electoral votes. It is now 8:30 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we have just one poll closing worth 6 electoral votes in the state of Arkansas. And of course, no surprises here. In the state of Arkansas, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. He will easily win the state of Arkansas, and it's 6 electoral votes. And this will now give Ron DeSantis 180 electoral votes, expanding his lead as Gavin Newsom still sits at 94. We're now just 3 hours away from midnight here Eastern Time, and polls are now closing in 17 states across the country from Arizona to New York. Polls are now closing in the states of Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. In the state of Arizona, a major win here for Gavin Newsom. 11 electoral votes from the state of Arizona will go to the California governor. Gavin Newsom will win his neighboring state by a very small margin, and just 3,000 votes separate both Newsom and DeSantis. But it's 11 electoral votes from the state of Arizona will be awarded to Gavin Newsom. This is a major win for his campaign and does keep his hopes at winning the 2024 presidential election alive. In the state of Colorado, 10 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom is the projected winner. Very easily here, a state Joe Biden won by a solid margin in the previous election. Gavin Newsom will easily carry the state of Colorado and its 10 electoral votes. In the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. Another easy win for the Florida governor here in the Midwest. In the state of Iowa, he will win at 6 electoral votes and 53% of the vote. Very similar to Trump's margin here in the 2 previous elections, just like it was in the state of Ohio. Ron DeSantis is easily the projected winner in the state of Iowa. In the state of Kansas, 6 electoral votes will also be awarded to the Florida governor. Ron DeSantis will win another 6 electoral votes from the state of Kansas. He is also the projected winner in the state of Louisiana. 8 electoral votes will be awarded to the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis will carry the state of Louisiana and its 8 electoral votes. Another big win here for Gavin Newsom. 15 electoral votes from the state of Michigan will be awarded to the governor of California. Gavin Newsom is the projected winner in the state of Michigan. Another margin of less than 1%. Gavin Newsom, though, will carry the Wolverine state and its 15 electoral votes. This again will further boost Gavin Newsom's chances at winning the presidential election tonight. With 49.9% of the vote, Gavin Newsom carries the state of Michigan and its 15 crucial electoral votes. In the state of Minnesota, 10 electoral votes, another key race going to the governor of California. Gavin Newsom will win the state of Minnesota. It's 10 electoral votes by a margin of around 4 percentage points. Gavin Newsom will carry Minnesota and another 10 crucial electoral votes here in the upper Midwest. In the state of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes. Gavin Newsom is the projected winner. The margin here was actually closer than expected. Just a 10-point margin for Gavin Newsom. 5 electoral votes from the state of New Mexico will be awarded to the governor of California. And in the state of New York, 28 electoral votes. Gavin Newsom, the projected winner in the Empire State. Gavin Newsom will easily carry the 4th largest state in the country and the 2nd largest Democratic state in the country. Gavin Newsom is the projected winner in the state of New York. In the state of North Dakota, 3 electoral votes. Ron DeSantis is the projected winner, and this of course means that Ron DeSantis will also carry the state of South Dakota and its 3 additional electoral votes. The governor of Florida carrying both Dakotas, making up a total of 6 electoral votes. In the state of Texas, 40 electoral votes, a big win here for the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis will hold on to the state of Texas, winning it by a larger margin than Trump did in 2020. 40 electoral votes in the state of Texas will be awarded to the governor of Florida, who wins almost 54% of the vote in the 2nd largest state in the union. And finally, in the state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. Ron DeSantis is also the projected winner here. Another key race going to the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis will win almost a majority of votes, but this is a big flip for the Republican Party. 10 electoral votes from the state of Wisconsin. Ron DeSantis, the projected winner. And finally, in the state of Wyoming, another state here, 3 electoral votes will go to Ron DeSantis, another state in the DeSantis column, and will help further boost his electoral count as he approaches 270. And after our 9 p.m. poll closings, Ron DeSantis now sits at 264 electoral votes to just 173 for California Governor Gavin Newsom, as Ron DeSantis is closing in to the amount that he needs to win the presidency of the United States. It is now 10 p.m. here on the East Coast, and the presidential election could be decided at this hour, as we have 16 electoral votes from the states of Montana, Nevada, and Utah. In the state of Montana, 4 electoral votes. Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. A big win for the Florida governor. 4 electoral votes from Montana will go to Governor Ron DeSantis. However, Gavin Newsom will carry the state of Nevada and its 6 electoral votes. The Silver State will vote for the California governor. Gavin Newsom will win his neighboring state by a very small margin once again, but 6 electoral votes nonetheless from the state of Nevada will be awarded to Gavin Newsom. And finally, here in the state of Utah, 6 electoral votes. This is a major projection as Ron DeSantis wins the state of Utah and its 6 electoral votes. And this means that Ron DeSantis has won enough of the Electoral College to win the presidency of the United States. We can now project that Ron DeSantis will become the 47th president of the United States, defeating California Governor Gavin Newsom, and of course, in early January of next year, he will succeed President Joe Biden as the 47th president of the United States. And looking at our electoral map here now, Ron DeSantis has crossed the 270 electoral vote mark. Now with 274 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom's number will be boosted by the electoral votes from the West Coast. This will still make the 2024 election a very close one. However, Ron DeSantis at this hour has won enough electoral votes to become the next president of the United States. We are just 1 hour out from midnight now, and we have 82 electoral votes in the states in which we're seeing polls close from on the West Coast. Polls are now closing in the states of California, Hawaii, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. In the state of California, this is Gavin Newsom's home state. 54 electoral votes from California. Gavin Newsom is the projected winner, an easy win for the governor as he wins his home state. In the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes will also be awarded to Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is the projected winner here in the state of Hawaii and will win its 4 electoral votes. However, adding on to the DeSantis column, 4 electoral votes in the state of Idaho will be awarded to the Florida governor. Ron DeSantis is the projected winner here in the state of Idaho. And in the state of Oregon, 8 electoral votes will also go to the California governor, and Gavin Newsom will win the state of Oregon and its 8 electoral votes. Newsom is also the projected winner here in the state of Washington, 12 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom the projected winner. And with the poll closings from the West Coast, we now have 278 electoral votes for Ron DeSantis to 257 for Gavin Newsom, as Gavin Newsom finally crosses the 200 electoral vote mark. It is now 1 in the morning here on the East Coast, and we have just one poll closing from the final state, the state of Alaska, worth a total of 3 electoral votes. In the state of Alaska, Ron DeSantis is the projected winner. The Florida governor will carry the state of Alaska and its 3 electoral votes. And this means that in the end, Ron DeSantis will win 281 electoral votes, Gavin Newsom 257. Ron DeSantis will only win just 11 more than the 270 electoral votes that he needed to win the presidential election tonight. However, that is enough for Ron DeSantis now to become the president-elect of the United States, and very soon he will succeed Joe Biden to become the 47th president of the United States, stealing the position from California Governor Gavin Newsom.